Hello and good day. Last time we made some buns, so now let's make some hamburger patties to go with those buns. We are going to need 3 pounds of meat, or 1.5 kilograms, some large oats, a couple of eggs, some pepper, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, seasoning salt, and some onions. I also have a scale so all my burgers will end up the same weight, and I have some parchment paper cut up here. I put the patties on that when I squish them down so they don't stick to everything else. So to get started, let's open up the burgers, or the hamburger. So for the oats, we are going to use half a cup of oats for every pound or half kilogram of beef. So this is going to have 1.5 cups of oats. What's next? Let's go with the Worcestershire sauce. No, let's not go with the Worcestershire sauce first. Let's go with the soy sauce first. We want 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. Soy sauce. Just soak that around. Now we want about half that much of Worcestershire sauce. If I knew how to open this. It's a brand new bottle. That'd be why I can't open it. There we go. So that's about 1/8 of a cup, or 2 to 3 tablespoons. We'll add 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper. This is coarse grind by the way. I use 1 teaspoon per pound of meat. 1 level teaspoon, because this can get quite strong if you put more than that. So 3 pounds of meat, 3 teaspoons of black pepper. And I do the same thing with seasoning salt. Whoops. Move these over here. I'll need the counter space in a minute. Two eggs. And normally, for onions, I'd use about half of a small onion, but since they're already diced up and everything here, what do you think half would be? Ooh, those are strong. We're adding the onions because that's what makes these burgers very, very juicy when you cook them. They will remain very juicy. So let's go with a little bit more, like about half a cup. Yeah. I'm using a little bit less than half a cup here. And they're finely diced. You don't want too big of a chunks. Too big of a chunks? Too big of chunks. I need a second glove after all. Wow, I got problems putting on a glove. Come on. There we go. Now we're just going to mix this together until it's thoroughly mixed. As I'm mixing, I'm also coming across large pieces of onions, so I just separate the layers from each other and they become smaller pieces. Ooh, itchy nose. So over here I have a digital scale. Turn it on. It's set to ounces right now. I want to get that to, it's set to grams. I want to get that to ounces. I usually make my burgers 5 ounces before they're cooked. Then they end up about 4 ounces afterwards. And they end up to be a nice sized burger. I'll let you know what 5 ounces is in grams in just a second. Five ounces is approximately 144 grams. I say approximately because ounces can vary. You can have a light 5 ounces and a heavy 5 ounces, and they differ greatly in the grams. Pretty close. So now this thing is what I use to shape my hamburgers with. It's just the top of a Chinese food container that has been cut down to size. So I just put that around the meat and squish it in place. Now for one little extra secret. You know when you make hamburgers, the middle gets really puffy and thick? Just poke a small little hole in the middle there and it won't become thick in the middle anymore. So I put these on the tray, so this way we can put them in the freezer and freeze them and have them in the future. But now I'm going to fry this one up. It's lunchtime. I'm kind of hungry. So give me a few minutes to do a little bit of a cleanup here. I'll fry one up and you'll just see how juicy they turn out. So this is one of the patties I just made. The other ones are back there. I can't get to the freezer because the freezer's behind you. So give me a few minutes to fry this up and I'll show you what they look like. I usually put the temperature to about half, 5 out of 10. So let me just cut this in half with the fork here. There you go. And you can see, yeah, you can see. You can see how juicy that is. So that's how I make my patties. I usually get anywhere between 10 and 14 from a batch. It all depends on the filler, like the oats and the onions, and they always end up this juicy. And they're very, very tasty. So I'm going to go and eat this, and I'll see you next time. So until then, enjoy.